Hi, my name's Steve Campbell. I'm a second degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-jitsu. I'm the head instructor at Stealth BJJ in Oldham. And today I'm going to look at a short tutorial on the hook flip and variations from that position for Warrior Collective. I have my assistant, purple belt instructor with me, Jake Corrigan. Okay, let's get started. So first of all, I'll look at some the posture and positioning for the hook flip. When I'm going into a hook flip, if my left foot comes into the hip in this position, and then my left hand is going to grab onto the belt here. Yeah. What I don't want to do in this position, I don't want my foot flat on the floor so I lose contact with Jake's hip. I need pressure on the hip in this position. So firstly, as I slide in here, my left foot is actually going to be, my toes are curled back and my left foot's pushing to create counter pressure onto my shin in that position. That makes it a lot harder for Jake to step off the hook flip. If I put my foot flat on the floor, he can easily move his knee over and I'm not going to feel that movement. So my left hook's in, tight in this position. My other foot, I don't want to leave my other foot out here. Otherwise, I'm going to have to flip Jake from this position all the way over there. Yeah. So I'm going to put my other foot back and I'm going to push off that to give me elevation to get the flip. At the same time in doing this, I've also got to watch the level of his shoulders. Yeah. If I can get his shoulders to angle down in that position, it's going to make the hook flip much more effective. Okay. So in this position here, I'm going to just grab onto the just below the elbow, and I'm going to push the elbow in, which is going to lower the shoulder in this position. So as I push the elbow in, my elbow is going to catch Jake's wrist. That stops him basing on the floor. Yeah. I'm going to sweep diagonally backwards. So I push the elbow in, tuck my own elbow in, and I start to elevate. Now my right foot's going to come into play. I'm going to push off my right foot and then hook flip over. Yeah. Once I've got the hook flip, it leads me nicely back into a knee slide passing position. Okay. So I get into the same position again. I've got the pressure with my hook in that position, so I'm breaking his posture. I don't want Jake to be to be up here where I've not got that connection. So I've slid in. I'm sat on one hip. I don't want to be sat on both hips in that position. Okay. So all my weight is on the side that I'm going to flip to. Yeah. If I'm trying to do the basic hook flip and his hands on the floor, especially if I've elevated a bit and his hands in this position now, I'm going to scoop underneath the arm. That's going to create one of two reactions. If I can get his elbow to turn upwards, so as I scoop and his elbow is now pointing to the ceiling that way, it's going to open up the straight arm bar. So I'll come underneath the elbow and I start to turn the elbow up to the ceiling. Yeah. Now I need to create space between his body and his arm. So I'll put both hooks in and then I start to lift the elbow in this position to hit. Once I get to this position now, to stop his elbow rotating palm up, yeah, my ear pinches to the shoulder here and the other hand comes on top. The other problem with this is I don't want Jake, if Jake walks forward into me, he's going to crowd me in this position. So once I've got the elbow pointed up, my ear pinching to my shoulder, my left foot comes on the hip, and then then I can lie onto my side, and that keeps him away, it stops him pushing into me. Now pinch my elbow to my shoulder, then I can apply pressure down onto the elbow to get the submission. Yeah. So the key to this straight arm bar is getting the elbow to rotate to the ceiling, having the pinch between my elbow and my shoulder, my ear and my shoulder in this position, and then I can put pressure down. But I also need to keep distance. That's why it's important I'm using my feet to keep the distance away to allow me to apply the submission in that position. Okay, so the third variation from this position then, I've got my hook flip position here. If Jake knows I'm going for this armbar and he's aware of this submission, yeah, as I come under, I start to feed it under, he already starts to turn his hand palm up. That's going to make it very hard for me to get the armbar. Yeah? So he's got a good base, so I can't hook flip him in that direction. So my right hand is going to start to feed under and it starts to pull to go for the armbar. As it comes down, I'm just going to catch the elbow and drop here. What that does is, it's one of the first principles we talked about, it's going to angle his shoulder down. So as I come to here, as it angles the shoulder, it's very hard for him to base, and that's going to give me the hook flip in that direction again. Okay, so from the start, I've got to here, he's basing, I come underneath for the arm bar, and then I catch the shoulder here. That locks the arm in that position. So now I'm going to drop my right elbow, yeah. I start the hook flip, I push off my right foot again to elevate him over, and now I fall into a very good half guard position to get the underhook, head control, and then I can start the pass again. Okay, thanks for watching that video on the hook flip and a couple of variations from that position from warriorcollective.com. For more information on my school, please visit stealthbjj.com.